All right, guys, so we are coming up on our first discussion that you'll need to submit for PE. Just like all your other courses at I60, we will have discussions in this class. So I wanted to show you a little preview and let you guys know kind of what my expectation is as you guys are filling this out. So if you want to use the Canva option, I put the template here. That's what we're going to kind of follow. If not, you're more than willing to just type your answer into the reply box. Sometimes it's fun to use the Canva template just because that way, when you get to your projects or um, maybe even other courses, you'll be able to use this tool. So let's get into it. The first question is going to be, which fitness component would you like to improve in your overall health, and why did you focus on this component? So I know that you just learned about this in Unit 1. I'm going to go over them a little bit more so that you can make sure you're picking the correct one. So cardiorespiratory fitness or cardiovascular endurance, they are kind of interchangeable words. This is where you are working on having the ability of the circulatory system, which is your heart and blood vessels, to supply that oxygen during workouts. So these are going to be our higher intensity activities like running, swimming, sprints, maybe even some sports like basketball, where you're using endurance for a lot of the time, running back and forth up and down the court. Maybe soccer would be a great example too. Other examples they give are cycling. So riding a bike, maybe you're doing a triathlon or a marathon, rowing, and then cross country skiing as well. All right, next we're going to look at muscular strength. So this is referring to the maximum amount of force your muscles can produce in a single contraction. So for my weightlifters out there, this would be like your 1 rep max. We're really trying to push our limits. How much weight can we move either one time, or it's usually a lower rep scheme, and maybe you do more sets of it. So for example, like if you want to improve your bench press, right now you know that you can bench just the bar, which is 45 pounds. But you want to be able to put those SpongeBob marshmallows on the ends, those 2.5 pounds, okay? So 45 plus 5, that would be 50 pounds. If I'm able to go down and up, and I know that that is my limit, I can't do any more, especially making sure that you have a spotter, we're going to stop there. But maybe you want to improve even more than that. Once you get to 50 pounds, you want to try to get those 25 plates on. You want to get to 95 pounds total. Or maybe you want to get those huge plates on, which are 45 pounds on each side. So 45 times 3 is 135. So you want to be able to bench press 135 pounds. This would fall under that muscular strength category. All right, moving into muscular endurance. So this can still be in the weight room. For example, let's not do the example. We'll go back to the definition real quick. So this refers to the muscles that are able to contract for a long period of time without getting tired, without getting fatigued super fast. So just like cardiovascular endurance meaning for a long period of time, but we're using our muscles for this. So the examples they give are push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, plank holds, walking lunges. Let's use pull-ups for an example. I think that's a really great one. So maybe you're using an assisted pull-up machine and your goal is to be able to do an unassisted. Another example could be maybe you can only do one unassisted pull-up right now and you want to be able to not fatigue as fast. You want to be able to do 5 pull-ups. Since these are body weight exercises, that's where the muscular endurance is more going to fall into place. We aren't adding a ton of weight. It's mainly body weight exercises. All right, next, flexibility. So this is going to be that range of motion throughout our body, okay? This could be a specific stretch, or this could just be wanting to overall be more flexible. Maybe you don't do your warm-ups and your cool downs as much as you think that you should to help in that muscle recovery. I think sometimes we tend to just want to get straight to the workout, and then once our workout's over, we want to get out of the gym and we want to move on with our life. Everybody wants to, but I think sometimes if we take that extra 5 minutes before our workout or that 5 minutes at the end of our workout, it can really help with that muscle recovery. It can help just with overall health. And so an example could be either adding your static stretching to the end of your workout, being able to hold a certain position. Maybe you can't touch your toes right now, sitting down like this picture, but you want to be able to. So being able to measure how far you can touch or how close you are to touching your toes. And maybe that's your end goal, is to be able to touch your toes. Another example could be adding dynamic stretches into your workout at the beginning of each of your workouts. So this could just be setting aside, maybe you start with 2 minutes. You're just going to do 2 minutes of either walking or dynamic stretches, something to kind of get that full range of motion, get that body in motion before you start doing your entire workout. And then you stretch that time into 3 minutes and then 4 minutes, and then maybe you do a full 5-minute warm up. The goal is that we are just adding more time. It doesn't necessarily have to be like I can, do a back bend. Okay. And then lastly, we have body composition. So body composition refers to the ratio of body fat to lean body muscle, basically meaning that you could possibly weigh less than what you currently weigh by building more lean muscle and having less fat on your body. This one's kind of hard to measure, but some people will do measurements on their body. Some people will say, I weigh this amount right now. I want to get down to this amount of weight. And here are some examples of ways to improve. So when it comes to body composition, this could be one part of your fitness component that you want to improve, but ideally you're picking one of the other 3 main categories. Okay, so in order to make your body composition better, you are going to have to either work on your cardiorespiratory endurance, work on your muscular strength, or work on your muscular endurance. Okay, we're not going to achieve gaining more lean body mass or muscle mass and losing body fat without doing some sort of exercise and dieting. So just keep that in mind. If you want to put body composition, I would highly encourage that you also put one of these 3 categories as well, just to kind of balance each other out and help you create that goal in how you're going to achieve body composition. Okay, so as you're working through the discussions, I know this seems like a lot, but you don't necessarily need to answer every single question. Okay, keep in mind that I am looking for at least a minimum of 5 sentences. So if you are hitting that requirement or you're able to explain yourself in less detail, that is fine by me. But I think that these questions do really help you learn more about yourself, learn how you're going to achieve this goal, and really set you up for success for this class. So this question is, how does improving the chosen fitness component align with your current lifestyle? So let's go back. Let's say that you really want to work on that flexibility piece. You want to start incorporating those static stretches at the end of your workout to help with muscle recovery. Maybe you can say, like, if you're very injury prone, you usually just want to get out of the gym fast, but you know the benefits of being able to stretch after a workout are important to you, then I would put something like that. Next, do you neglect this area, or would you like to increase your current ability level. So maybe you already do some stretching and you just want to improve it, or maybe you've just never stretched after a workout and you're like, yeah, it's about time that I start adding stretching into my workouts. That's what you're going to put there. And then, what health benefits do you hope to gain by enhancing this area of your fitness? So, what's your end goal? Like, why did you choose this? What do you think will benefit adding stretching to the end of your workouts? All right. And I am going to kind of stop there. I think that was a good explanation of, working through piece by piece. Make sure that you're answering each of the questions, looking at the examples that I gave you. And if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me.